Yo, what's the dealio, man? Listen, you already know I got a straight banger for you today, all right? So it's Saturday. I'm not doing a small account challenge today, right? Reason being is because this week I have not been feeling the best. I finally feel better. I'm not coughing as much. Throughout the week, I've been taking a lot of naps, right? So I haven't really been able to trade the way I want to, like in the middle of the day, right? So what I've been doing is we've been getting in Discord. We've been smacking the market in 20, 30 minutes. And then I kind of just been, getting off and haven't been taking any more trades because I've been trying to rest, right? So no small account challenge video, but what we are going to talk about is your exits, okay? Your exits and also utilizing runners. All right, this is a question that somebody asked me, and so I want to be able to dive into this, okay? So nothing that I say in this video is financial advice. If you guys want financial advice, be sure to talk to a licensed financial advisor, all right? So with that being said, y'all, runners and exits. Now, when you are trading, I always say first things first. You don't have to catch the whole move, right? Now, when we're talking about runners, essentially, and this is why I like trading stocks that have cheaper contracts. If you get, let's say, 10 contracts, okay? And then, so this is your full size. And let's say, and you get 10 contracts, and let's say that you are up by 30%, okay? That's $300. So you may say, if you want to utilize runners, I'm going to sell 7 of my contracts. So I'm going to secure 30% of the $700, right? Profit. Of the $300 profit. So you would essentially be securing like $210 profit. And then you would let the 3 runners that were already up 30% see how far they can go. Okay? When you use runners, you want to peel off most of the runners, right? But let me say this, you guys. You need to know your levels if you want to use runners, because not every trade is an time for you to use runners, right? When I'm scalp trading, I'm in and I'm out. I don't utilize runners. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the charts and I'm going to show you examples of when you can use runners and when not to use runners, okay? If you think that every single trade is a time for you to use runners, you're going to end up giving money back, okay? So another way you can look at it is sometimes a re-entry on a retest is a time where you can re-enter, and that's better than you leaving runners. Because think about it. Let's say a stock drops, your inputs, you're up 35%. And let's say you have 10 contracts and you sell 7. Now you have 3 left, okay? Then the stock retraces for 30 minutes and then it finally starts to come. You may either say, okay, this stock is going in the opposite direction and I'm going to exit at a loss with these 3 contracts, and then it end up going, right? But if you would have secured that profit at the bottom of that move and then saw it retest and start to come down, you could have re-entered with another 10 contracts, right? And then you could have wrote it down again. So sometimes runners are not what you need to be doing. Sometimes you need to secure profit and then re-enter on a retest. Other times, it does make sense to leave runners, okay? So I want to make sure I'm being thorough with this. So if you're scalp trading, I probably wouldn't use runners, right? Now, another reason or way, you should know to use runners is you need to be able to pay attention to the bigger time frames, okay? Bigger time frames. Pay attention to the bigger time frames. The bigger time frames are going to help you know when to stay in a trade and leave runners, right? Another thing you can do is you can utilize trend lines to know a price target. So a price target will also help you utilize runners, also knowing the areas of liquidity, right? Where is a stock going to go to? And also order blocks. When you know where a stock can go to on a bigger time frame, it's going to give you more confidence to either stay in the trade or secure profits and then let the runners run. Okay? So these are all things to keep in mind. I hope that this is making sense so far. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to go to the charts and I'm going to break this stuff down on the actual charts. Okay? So right here, we have Netflix. This is a great example. Okay? So we have Netflix right here. Now, let's say we're using the strat method. And when we look at the strat method, let's go to this day right here. We smacked Netflix on this day right here. I told you guys, puts below 82.08, we got into puts, right? So the price target on that day was right here at 79.87. Okay? So I'm going to put price target right here. Okay? So the price target was 79.87. Right? Right there. Okay? That's your price target. Your entry price or your entry on the trade was 82.08. Okay? These two blue lines. Entry price. All right, 82.08. So, now these blue lines are area liquidity. I'm going to take these off so you can see it clearly. All these red areas are areas of liquidity in their fair value gaps. Let me turn this off just so that you guys can see clearly what I'm saying. Okay? So perfect, right? So this would be your entry price, and this would be your price target. But no stock is ever just going to go straight to your price target. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 30-minute time frame, and we're going to see what happened with this stock on what day was this? Was this Wednesday? On Tuesday. Okay? So last Tuesday, Netflix was on a failed two up, and then on Wednesday it dropped. So let's go to Wednesday. Right? So this was Wednesday. Okay? So in an example like this, selling pressure was so heavy, it actually did just drop straight. Okay? It did drop straight. So look at this. We popped up, we retested, and so then the 30-minute time frame, we came down and then we retested a little bit, and then boom, right? So what you can do is, if the price target was 79, you could have taken profits at the end of this 30-minute candle, and then you could have left runners, right? So you could have said, I'm going to take profit, secure profit, plus runners run, okay? Because at this point in time, if you entered up here, 81, and you're all the way down to $80, right? Well, you got about $1.20 move. Probably up about 50%, maybe 70% off of this candle alone if you got out of the money contracts. So you can secure profits, right? And then you can let your runners run down to the price target. right? So that way, if it does reverse, you still have some profit and you're still in the green on this trade, right? But the key is to know the price target, and also your entry cannot be in the middle of a range of like where you're looking for the stock to go. So for example, if you get in a trade late, let's say you get in a trade right here, and then the stock comes down to $79. You don't let runners run because the stock is already at the price target, right? Don't let runners run at the price target. Now, the next day, it did sink some more. But we're talking about a scalp trade or a day trade, okay? That's the key. A scalp trade or a day trade. If we're focusing on a scalp trade or a day trade, you have to think like this. Now, let's go to Nvidia. With Nvidia, on Friday, we caught a banger, right? Now, look at this. First 30-minute candle. First 30-minute candle sinks. So we catch this body right here, right? My price target was 184. We came all the way down to 182, right? So I secured profits in the 184 range, right? But let's turn Lux Algo back on because I want to show you guys something. So back on. We have an area of liquidity up here. So we came down. So when we hit 184, and if you go down to the 15-minute, you see how we retested right here? You could have got taken out up here if you let runners run, because look where it came down to. It closed at 184.30. It did come down to 182, but it closed at 184.30, pumped up. So if you closed out right here and let runners run, look what happened. You could have got taken out up here if you would have got scared. And then it ended up coming down here, right? But watch this. Go back to the 30-minute. If you day trade, right, you could have just secured profits and then re-entered up here. So sometimes you just have to understand a bigger time frame, because a 5-minute time frame is not going to tell you when to let runners run or not, right? Now, if you want to be in the trade for 10 minutes and you're scalping off the 1-minute time frame, then you could do runners. But if you want to kind of be a little bit more relaxed, then all you have to do is just pay attention to a bigger time frame, right? Like the 1 hour or the 2 hour. Look at this right here. We had no support all the way down here. So if you enter in right here, and then it starts to come down and you take profits at 184 and you see there's no support, you can let runners run down until we have this air liquidity right here, right? So the bigger time frames are going to let you know where their stock is going to be going to, right? But don't let runners run at support or at resistance. Don't do that. Another way you let runners run is understanding trend lines. Okay, so watch this. So we went over Netflix. Watch this. I'm going to delete this. So I'm going to turn Lux Algo off again so you can see it clearly. All right, so let's look at this trend line on Netflix, right? All right, so if you look right here, and then I'm gonna delete these right here. So this is a downtrend, right? So let's look at the highs and the lows of the downtrend. So we got down here, okay? And then we have up here. So these are highs and lows, right? So now let's say you want to swing trade Netflix. Let's just say. So we had a fail to up at the high of this trend line, this swing high right here, right? You see how we never broke above it? So based on this trend line, what would the price target be? It would be 75.35, right? So we say price target is here. based on the trend line. So we say price target. Okay? Now, that's your price target, right? Perfect. So if you take an entry right here out at that 8208, and then we come down and we hit this is the initial price target, right? Based on the strat method. But then you could let runners run here because on the daily time frame, what happens? We have more room to come down here, right? So we could potentially come down here and create a lower low because look, we have this low, we have this low, and it only makes sense to create a lower low. And look what's happening. It did create a lower low based on the trend line, right? Because what's happening? We are in a downtrend, right? And in downtrends, we have lower lows and lower highs. So we have a lower low, a lower low, a lower high, and a lower high. So based on this trend, we're going to make a lower low, and based on the trend line, the price is right here at 75.50. Does this make sense, guys? If it does, let me know in the comments. So if you get in right here and you day trade it and you hold it until there, you can let your runners run until we get to the bottom of this trend line right here, and then you'll be able to maximize that profit. Okay? So obviously nobody's going to be perfect, but this is how you can maximize your opportunities, and this is how you understand your exits. When you're looking at exits, you need to know your price targets. You have to know your price targets. If you don't know your price targets, you will never be able to exit properly. You will never be able to let runners run. You need to know where areas of liquidity are at. You need to know where buyers and sellers are at, right? And your order blocks. That's what you need to know. Your buyers and your sellers are going to dictate your price targets. Pay attention to the strat method. Know how to trade the strat method, and you'll be good to go. Okay? So, I hope that this video helped out. We have a 3-day weekend, so I hope you guys are studying. You're doing what you need to do. All right? If this video helped, man, let me know in the comments. All right? Like I always say, make sure you get up out your head. Go get into this world because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right? And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right? Y'all have a great day. I'm going to holler at you guys on tomorrow's video. All y'all stay smooth, man. Peace.